3 years. Two years ago, I came here to die. Two years ago, almost to the day, I took a long walk into the canyon back there with no exit strategy. My car was parked here with a note and a video that I'd left on my phone. It was an experience I can't describe. It was roughly 2 hours of sitting on a rock somewhere in the back of that canyon behind a whole bunch of other rocks, shaking, crying, and asking why. Why me? You know, until this day, I still can't answer that question. But what I attribute it to, I attribute it to the fact that a year prior, I lost my identity. I lost who I was. I lost my career, a career that I fought for, bled for. All gone. Because a group of people decided that they needed to go on strike. And while I applaud them for their efforts, nobody could have ever imagined what happened after that. A 9-month strike left tens of thousands of people out of work till this very day. Not only did I make that walk once, I made that walk twice in the span of about a month, because there was nowhere for me to go. What do you do when your phone stops ringing? What do you do when the money stops coming in? I never thought that after working for so long in an industry that I love, that I'm passionate about, that it would all go away in the blink of an eye. I wasn't prepared. Until this day, here we are 3 years later. And I haven't healed. I'm getting through. I've learned to cope. I worked on a show called SEAL Team. One of the best shows I've ever worked on, with some of the most incredible people that you can possibly imagine that fought for this country, actors that were amazing. You know, and the storylines kept everything so real. Everything on SEAL Team was so real because we were there working side by side with the people who have experienced it, people who have lost others, veterans who gave up because they thought they had nowhere else to go. And I was there. And I attribute I came back on my own. I walked out both times. Because I begin to think how selfish of me it would be for my kids, for my wife, for anyone who cared. And I reached out to someone. I reached out to someone that I trusted, someone who would become a friend over the seasons. And that person put me in touch with an organization in Costa Rica by the name of Rhythmia. They are a life improvement destination, a life-changing destination in Costa Rica. And there I spent a week learning more about myself. And there was a whole documentary, it just so happened, that I happened to be in over the week that I was there. And I can get into more of that later. But, you know, sometimes help comes in the most unlikely manner. And it was because of David Boreanaz. Likely that I'm still here today. Because it taught me a lot about myself. And most importantly, it taught me that there's people that do love me. And you don't always see it. You don't always know it. And no matter how hard things get for people, just know that there are people out there that care. And it may not even be the people you think. And so for that, I'm eternally grateful to him. And I don't even know that I've ever said thank you for it. But here we are today, all these, 2 years later. I'm still fighting the same battle. Every day is a struggle. I've fought through depression. Not to say that I'm not still depressed, but I am. Because what do you do? What do you do when everything goes away? At this stage in my life, what do you do? What are you supposed to do? It's not as easy as everyone makes it look. And some of us struggle more than others. And if you're one of those people struggling, there's people out there. There's people you can call. There's people you can talk to. Make the call. You don't have to do it alone. Make the call.